Hello guys, today we are going to study a new topic. This one is the interrupted past action. This one is the video class of week number 6. I'm glad to see you again in this video class. Okay, an interrupted past action, this one is developing when you are in the past. So, the past continuous is used in this tense. A continuous action is in the past, and this one is interrupted by another past action. That's mean in these sentences you have two actions, not only one, two. You have an example here. He was eating dinner when the phone rang. Okay, this one we use the verb that is in the simple past. You have in the purple color, so you have was eating. So the action in this case is was eating. What is the person that developed this action? He. Okay, you use the verb be, but this one is into the pronoun. Then you use a main verb that in this case is al, the suffix ing. And then you have the complement of this first action, dinner. Then you have the second action, the phone rang. Okay, you have here the boy that was eating his dinner, and in this case is vegetable. So, this action is developing from 6 p.m. to 6:15. This one is a longer action. Okay, that's mean the duration of this action is around 15 minutes. Then you have the structure. Okay, we have the subject, that in this case is he. Then you have the verb in past tense, that is was, because according to the pronoun. Then you have the main verb, that in this case is it. Then you have the ing. Okay, then you have the second action that is developing maybe at 6:10 p.m. That's mean between a longer action. Okay, so the interruption of this one. Okay, the interruption is usually short. Okay, that's mean the action is short in the simple past. And we have a graph in this case. We have the past, we have the present, and we have the future. So the action is developed present. Okay, and you have an interruption between this action. You have a second example. We were having the picnic, okay? We are enjoying the picnic and we were having the picnic. When happened the second action that interrupt the first one? When it started to rain. That's mean we were having the picnic when a second action occurred. That in this case is rain. So the complete sentences said, we were having the picnic when it started to rain. Now, we have the structure of these kind of sentences. So first one, we have the subject. Then you have the past of the verb be. Then you have the verb in ing. Then you have the adverb, and in this case is the same object, the same adverb, when. Then you have the subject, and then you have the verb in past. For example, we study the pronoun I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. We have the past tense of the verb be. For the pronoun I is was, or maybe in the negative form wasn't. For the pronoun you is were, for the negative form is weren't. For the pronoun he, she, or it, you use was when it is affirmative, and you use wasn't when this one is negative. You use were or weren't for the pronoun we, or maybe for the pronoun they. Then you have the verb in ing, and maybe a sentence is I was, his brother interrupted me. And this one is the structure of a sentence. So let's continue. Okay, this one is the formation of rule of the verb in ing. For example, you have the verb that end with y, so you add the ing suffix. In this case, you have three examples. First one, play, playing, fly, flying, study, studying. This one is the first rule. The second rule says, okay, for the verbs that end in e, so you omit or you eliminate the letter e, and then you add the ing form. Dance, dancing, fake, faking, rhyme, rhyming. So the third rule in this case is when you use the double e at the end of a verb. For example, see, seeing, flee, fleeing, agree, agreeing. And the last rule is when you have a consonant. For example, run, you double this consonant, running. Pot, potting. Stop, stopping. So now we have some examples in this case. Okay, so the first one. This one is a picture about two boys. Okay, the first one is Thomas and the second one is George. What happened with them? Okay, George was biking in the park. What is the verb in this case? This one is bike. Okay, so we add the ing, biking. And in this case, the verb be is according to the subject, that is George. George was biking in the park. We mentioned the place. When, in this case, happened the second action that is interrupted the first one. Okay, when Thomas' bike got a flat tire. This one is the second action. That means this action interrupt the first one. So for that reason, we call interrupted past action, because a second action is interrupting the first one. So let's continue with this next example. Okay, we have a group of students, and okay, she's a teacher. They are classmates, okay, and students. So we have Sophia. Sophia is this girl, the girl that is in the white blouse. So we were taking a picture, okay, all these classmates, all these students, including the teacher, were taking a picture. In this case, the verb is take. And if we add the ing, okay, we have the verb taking. So we pass to the adverb that is when, okay, and the second action is occur when Sophia chewed gum. That's mean we have two action. And the last one interrupt the first one. We were there chew gum. Okay, the third example. Okay, we have one more time Thomas and George. Okay, I was drinking my milkshake. Okay, George was drinking his milkshake when the second action happened. That is, a car hit me. Okay, this one is the second action. So that's mean when a car hit George, okay, so this action interrupt the first one, that is, I was drinking my milkshake. Okay, now we have this next example. Okay, she is Giselle, and what happened with Giselle? Okay, Giselle was skateboarding, then we have the adverb of time, that is when, okay, in the second action, that's mean the action that interrupt the first one, when she fell down on the sidewalk. Okay, that's mean this last action interrupted the first one. Okay, Giselle was skateboarding when she fell down on the sidewalk. Okay, next example. This is, okay, one more time a girl, but the name of she is Samantha. So what is the action that Samantha was developing? Samantha was playing basketball. When, okay, a second action happens and interrupt the first one. When she decides acting in a play. Okay, the next example. This is, okay, one more time to girls, is Nicole, and also we have Samantha. So, Nicole was memorizing the script, okay, when the second action happens. What happened with this one? When Samantha shouted her, okay, Nicole was memorizing the script when Samantha shouted her. That's mean this second action interrupt the first one. Okay, next one. This one is the teacher. The teacher was entering to the classroom. And what happened with this one? When all cupcakes were on the floor. Okay, that means the second action interrupt the first one. When the teacher entered to the classroom, all cupcakes were on the floor. So, this one is another example. Let's continue with this. Okay, this is a group of girls. We have Alejandra, okay, and also we have Pamela. What happened with this girl? So let's see. Pamela was reading a book. Okay, when an interrupt action passed, that's mean when Alejandra interrupted her. That's mean Pamela was reading a book, and maybe this is a book about vegetables, when the next girl, that is Alejandra, interrupt her. So now we have one more example. In this case, we have Samantha, and we have the teacher, that the name of the teacher is Miss Amanda. Okay, like me. Samantha was crying. Okay, when next action happened, when Miss Amanda talked with her. Okay, that's mean this action interrupt the first one. Samantha was crying when Miss Amanda talked with me. So this one is the topic of today. Thank you for your attention. See you the next class. And this one is the track number 35 that you use for completing your book.
Track 35. Listen and check. Number 1.
We were swimming when a shark appeared.
Number 2.
He was running when he fell.
Number 3.
She was climbing when she saw a snake.
Number 4.
They were dancing when it started to rain.